Okay, before we get into the meat of this whole thing, I should mention I did like two small updates on the website. Mostly new blog post and actually updating the latest videos thing. I don't quite have some of the other stuff that I'd like to do, like some of the new PeerTube features, but that stuff is there. Don't forget, if you like what I do, you can always you know, check out the cool stuff I got going on here and the fancy bits that way. But for that, let's get into the meat of the subject here. If you are prone to reading, or you are paying attention to the thumbnail, or haven't lived under a rock for like the last weekend, you know Chris Chan has been trending over the last weekend. So, while kind of going over some of the stuff that way, I figured we'd take a perusal while we go. I guess over some of the timeline of what's basically gone on. So for those that don't know, Chris Chan is a bit of an internet sensation, known for Sonic 2 and that kind of a thing. But the thing that happened over the weekend with Chris Chan, and what has been admitted to, is probably the more egregious thing. So I streamed about it on Friday. I never thought Thursday that I would be streaming next day and have something I could use for clickbait, but this is basically the obligatory Chris Chan clickbait video. So basically, when you admit to someone over the phone or wherever that you raped your mom, that's kind of messed up. I can't zoom in on this one, or can I? But it really kind of puts things into perspective where people also find what's important. But I think everybody's heard about it by now. So, Chris Chan, phone call, says, yeah, I've been doing that stuff with my mom since the end of June. And it's what? And so for those people on the internet, when they first heard, hey, I found a girlfriend, it's oh, whoa, dude, that's awesome. Yeah, go ahead with it. Whatever. It's fine. And people have talked about this, hey, I didn't say you could do that. People have talked about this. It's I'm sure if 90% of the people that told Chris, hey, nah, just go for it, if they knew it was Chris Chan's mom, they would have been dude, what? No. Stop. No. So that was a thing. Chris Chan says, hey, I've got a girlfriend. Everybody's yeah, go ahead and bang her. It's fine. This one's a banger. But they didn't know how big of a bang up job this was going to be. It's just amazing. You never think you're going to hear about it. But since the stream, there have been a number of developments that have happened. Chris Chan finds a place, a motel to go and stay at. And in order to pay for the motel, takes money from Barb out of Barb's account while she's in for a wellness exam. I haven't heard anything about updates on the wellness exam, But it amazes me that it's like, wait, you've got a protection order and you're taking money. I mean, really? Pretty sure you've got a pretty good reason as to why you've got a protection order, and some people were saying, hey, it violates a protection order and this, that, and the other. But when so people also bombarded the motel Chris Chan was staying at with phone calls about like, hey, you've got a rapist there staying in your hotel, and then eventually the staff's like, yeah, well, yeah, we know, we got the police on it, we're taking care of it, this, that, and the other. Oh, okay. Let's pull this one up. Copy. Yep. Yeah, I've got a very good way of doing this thing. Very systematic. See, it all started on this place called Kiwi Farms. There's this guy that runs it, Josh, and he keeps track of Chris Chen. Anyway, this guy's really autistic, babe. He makes these Pokemon Hedgehog comics. Super hilarious. He's a brony. Anyway, his stepdad died. Then he transitioned. He lives with his mom, who has dementia. Today on the Kiwi Farms, that Josh guy, for real, that the dude said for real that the dude banged his mom. Babe. Anyway, the weirdos have been talking about it for like 300 pages. I'll show you the highlights when we get home. So yeah, I've kind of looked at the highlights on Kiwi Farms. But the other basis on this is... so yeah, and then I believe it was it Saturday, or I think Sunday actually. The police showed up, arrest Chris Chan. Um, so the funniest part is that, when I actually looked at, what was it? Who was it? I can't remember what the name of the show was, but when I looked at the videos that they caught of the officers frisking Chris Chan, I'm sitting there like, you can tell that those officers know what they're doing, because that officer is using the backside of his hand instead of full palm like TSA. So I know some people have commented about, the way TSA does frisks. You don't palm it, you backhand it, because, backhand is more respectful, and it doesn't look like you're groping them. So, yeah, that's the thing. But, nobody had any idea. Oh, it was the kill stream. So, nobody had any idea what the charges were at first. And then those came out later. So, charges were, yes, incest. That was kind of, I think, the only one that was publicly made known. But I think there might be other things for like elder abuse and so on. So, but the case is a whole bag of like beans and stuff too, because you also add in the case where Chris Chan is like trans, and this becomes an issue of like, we don't know, where do we put this person that raped their mom is trans, but at the same time, the love quest may or may not be over, but the love quest may complete in prison, depending on where Chris Chan is sent for prison sentencing. Which is like super, super topical. So, and that's one big thing people are talking about, is what Supreme Court may have to weigh in. See, Virginia's incest statute doesn't apply to mother-daughter incest, so Virginia will have to decide the legal question of whether biological or gender applies with a law which has gendered language. This could easily end up in the Supreme Court. So this creates this whole dilemma. It's like, where do you put someone that has done this? Hasn't done the downstairs surgery at all, but at the same time claims trans status. Because I'm not sure what I would do, but this is a fight, like a dumpster fire. Either way you're looking, this is the whole hinge of it all, is like the dumpster fire that will result from whatever happens out of the case of Chris Chan. Because on one side you've got those that's like, no, do this. The other side is going to be like, no, that's wrong. You misclassified. But then at the same time, there's also the option of Chris Chan going to basically state custody for, in essence, being out of it mentally. So that could be a boon or a curse at the same time. I'm not sure how to put it, but it could be a blessing in disguise for some people, because it would mean that it might not necessarily mean the Supreme Court has to weigh in, but at the same time, this does set a precedence, or does mean that this will become an issue down the road. And if something isn't weighed in on, then it could be disastrous at the same time. And if we don't address it now, then later on it could be much, much worse. But for the most part, I think that's where we sit. Let me pull up. Come on. Don't. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, wrong Discord. Someone's posting a bunch of Chris Chan stuff still. But yeah, Chris Chan is an interesting character and has brought about some interesting times. So if we check out the Kiwis, where are you? Am I really gonna have to look for it? And also, this also adds in the thing where it's like some people may have to cancel their cards. Because... Stop it. Go back. Because, I mean, it's like, what do you do in this point? Everything was so positive, and then it just kind of... You get reactions like this. Where is it? There was one in here somewhere. There were a couple of these that were just about golden. No. Oh, this one. So, like, posted the day of, right? And then this is, like, the Friday. I mean, people are taking the news very, very well. As you can tell by, like, the month and a half later responses by saying, it's beautiful, and then the same person. And then it just keeps going from there. If you look at this Twitter thread. Oh. I mean, you've got the day of stuff. And then, like, the little bit after, when the card got posted, And then it's just really kind of a sad case where it's like, how far have we fallen? We've fallen so far from the grace of God. Can we redeem ourselves ever? This art is, yeah, see, like, talking about crappy art. Well, poorly aged things. I mean, it's really come down to, there was one that posted a GIF. It's not in here, but I guess. Um, this is so dumb. Okay, Kiwis, show me what I want. So, other details have popped out about, the situation too, like a full 20-minute call with Chris Chan. So, yeah, the merge is on. This has been interesting for Kiwi Farms with all the traffic and just having everything going down over the weekend. So let's skip back to 668 because this is still ongoing. Really? How? But yeah. Everything has been crazy. Let's see. So people I know have had issues with like the whole pronouns thing with Chris Chan, and it's like they keep taking the pronouns at the core. It's like the crux and core of this is really not that. There are lesser things in this case than the pronouns at this point. There are other things that you should be worrying about, like the mark that this puts on your community more than anything. It's like, well, Chris Chan, you should be going like, well, Chris Chan doesn't speak for the trans community or is representative instead of pronouns, I think, honestly. But that's my opinion. Um, do with it what you will. But yeah. Oh yeah, and Noel also said GoFundMe. Chris Chan not getting that money at all. Money being refunded. But yeah. Oh, okay. But Chris Chan has been a ride and a half so far, and it's only gonna get crazier from here on out. It's just nutso. And I think, like, this explains it pretty well. But it's been a fun week, well, an interesting weekend. Um, go have fun. Don't let Chris Chan, like, blow you out of the water, even though Chris Chan trended on Twitter, like, for quite a bit. Oh, If you like what I do, if you find it helpful, if you want to scream at me or anything else, all those links are down below and and I will see you later.